Oh, I'm still recording? Hmm. Okay. Every man for himself. Two guys at this table are both common teammates. I'm gonna go for the pawn rush. And I guess since I'm in a big field, my goal is to not get last. If I end up getting first, good for me. I'm gonna go for the pawn rush. Actually, I feel like doing something funnier. Maybe I'll keep my king there and see what happens. This is pure bonk. Now I'm confusing blue. I'm gonna bring it out 2 squares and then bring it back. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh no, I just realized if I push this pawn up too, I blunder. Now he can play this one. And now is a threat. Okay, so rule number 1, don't go after a king until you know you have it. I'm just trying to test everybody here and see if they know. Yes, I play very much like one Tony. See if GDI falls for the trap. He doesn't, so he's not new to the game. What if I go king out one more? Oh, I want to so bad. How about I push every pawn up at least 2? And then, oh. Okay. Bishop takes pawn coming. Never mind. No bishop takes pawn. guarding all of these pawns. Very important. Also note that my pawn is far forward and is there for a good cause, namely to just give itself up for no reason. Seems like we have a legitimate game here. I'm gonna put my pieces on the second rank. What if I push it once more? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. 4th rank king. I'm gonna make this work. Oh. That pawn is under attack, and now GDI, if you want, can do this. But Tony also has this. And that. I want to do this. And 3 pieces are attacking it. But they have mutual crossfire. And that, I think, warrants safety for that pawn. Theoretically. And again, I still feel like it is too early in the game to be attacking my opposite. Tony realizes that and is not going to be taken. GDI now has bishop takes bishop. If he wants. If blue wants to throw a hero check in, then he could do that. But again, oh, very interesting. Tony is now coming closer and closer to my king. This check must be addressed. Cannot be done so with a knight here. Though the knight can take and defend my pawn, so I will move it there. If queen takes, then the queen can go here and I check. Something like that, I don't know. Basically, I prevented Tony from going into my camp. And it would be strange of him to move his queen right there. this early in the game. Though I have trolled him enough by moving my king out. He might do that if you like. Queen here. Or even queen here. Okay then. I shall take back with the queen. If blue moves towards me, then I will take blue. Now Tony has a check. In which case I defend with the bishop. So it feels like it would be smart not to take my pawn. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to push the pawn forward and try to see if this crossfire trick works, though he could still move his knight back and my pawn could be taken. If Tony feels like an opposite, oh, okay. Well, GDI is probably, he risks that, but he could very well ignore that knight and move it back. I could see that happening. Could also see, like, he took the knight. Okay. Okay. Actually, I've allowed this bishop check. GDI can move the bishop here. I will move this bishop here. I have 3 points, including a green knight. Alright. Oh, he just blundered a knight. Alright. Oh, he didn't blunder a knight. It was actually a real threat here. And now, I have a passed pawn. Tony will move his queen somewhere. Okay, there, meaning I will not get a queen, very likely. But I can move my bishop here. If I were to promote now, the question is, will Tony take my queen? Or will he take back the bishop, which is threatening his rook? This would be interesting. Oh, I'm in check. So now Tony knows he can take this bishop. Or take the queen, and now this is a problem. I'm going to let the rook go to the center if it wants. Also, I could block check with this queen like this, and you'll have to give up a dark squared bishop. So it'd be better, or that. It'd be better if he supports the bishop before taking my queen, since it is pinned. But alright. Alright, now we're going to defend that pawn with the bishop. Aiming at the center. I now have 2 queens. The most queens of anybody on the board. And Would be interesting if I decided to sack one of them right now. I could realistically do that and expect blue's position to completely crumble, but that would give red a much stronger chance of winning. Very, very tempting. I feel like my queen is going to be won somehow, so I want to take that knight so badly. Let's first move my king back, just in case. GDI once he can block blue's pawn from becoming queen, therefore blocking his own, so he's not going to do that. I could see blue getting a queen right now, not getting taken by GDI. Okay, he actually stops me from sacrificing on his knight. Would have been an interesting move. Alright then. Let's get this knight out. This way, I have 19 seconds. I went from moving my king out on the 4th rank to having 2 queens. And I think GDI is going to try to move forward with his pawns. He doesn't need to do anything on his king side because otherwise he weakens himself. Alright, so feels like I should take a stab at blue and weaken his king side. I have an idea here, so I'm going to put these 2 queens on this row and then push a pawn. Could do the same thing on GDI's side. Yeah, and I'm going to put this queen here. It would be better if I had a bishop here, that way I could do this at the same time as I push, and he'd have a hard time defending against mate. But alright, we're going to do it this way. We're going to put the queen here. So it's, ooh, GDI blocks the queen. Okay. So for, I'm going to be like, hey, blue, I promise I will unlock you by doing this. I'm going to go for it immediately, even though I don't see any counterattack. GDI is probably going to see it once he sees I did this. And if I was Tony, it would be quite hilarious of a trick to go, I guess, sack a queen or something. But I don't see much he can actually do. So he has to worry about this, and he does see that. So Good for him. Now I could do the same thing to GDI. But I'm going to wait for him to promote first. And I'm just going to try to... I'm going to move my king aside. Oh, that just leads to this. That was a mistake. So when is it going to really matter? I'm going to wait. Three seconds left on my clock. And this bishop pin is actually a realistic thing that could take place. I probably should have gone bishop here instead. Okay. And now if Tony attacks GDI's queen, then I'm in deep trouble. Or he's in deep trouble, sorry. I feel like it's too early though. So I'm going to wait a second. Till he realizes his king's side is in danger. He could also push his pawn here to discover defense. Once he does get that attack on his queen though, this and this. If he does move his knight there, which he almost never does. In fact, now this is trouble. For red. I hope he moves his knight here. Well, obviously he won't because I'm not going to save red here. I'm going to let GDI capture the knight. I'm going to move the king over just to avoid sacrifice checks. Because I'm that cruel of a human being. I'm going to try to keep my material lead and hope that Tony finds it in him to... Oh. He took. Okay then. This pawn push and this queen take is actually a thing, so I'm going to sidestep that for now. Rook takes queen is possible if he wants. He could ignore that and do something else, or he could just flag, or he could do that. This is mildly interesting. Once I find a hang of GDI's material, I mean, this is just opposites at this point. And like, I need to avoid some kind of checks from blue, some just breakneck hero checks. Also, this pawn is in danger, so I need to do something about that. But I don't have time, so Maybe I'll move it over here. Then push the pawn forward if I can. Oh, and already I could push this pawn forward and threaten mate with a cost. Deciding to defend this pawn right here. Oh, he already sees it like 10 moves in advance. Dang it. Could push another pawn. Oh, push one, attacking his 9-point queen. And then add some more pressure, I guess. This is just an incredible mind game. I mean, that was a free piece. I actually should not have done that. That was a mistake. Okay, attacking my queen. Attacking his queen. Defending his rook. And if rook takes, I could actually, if I want to, do this. But I'm not going to. I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to give up one of my queens. To me, all I really need is one queen to still be able to play this game. And just rook takes rook is fine here. There's all sorts of weird stuff happening right here. We got this, we got this, and we got this. If I'm lucky, I can get my opposites to attack each other. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Rook takes pawn, though. Yeah, and then queen takes knight. I could do this, inducing attack between opposites. Alright, gotta defend my bishop. And I guess he has to take, like, where else can he go? He loses a whole rook if he moves his queen. Or that. He has to move it back. Just in case. And GDI has a lot of material. Doesn't mean he's strong. Also, why did he not capture? I couldn't see it. I could not see it. But I could see this, though. And he's losing the bishop back. He'll probably sack his queen on it, just in case one of them wants to defend it. And now Tony has queen takes? How is this square not touchable by a pawn? I just don't get it. Like, what is it? GDI trades his queen for Tony's queen. It would be a mistake because now he's lower on material. But then again, all he needs is one queen. King here. Connect the rooks. I missed a shot at a bishop here, but the rook can take if he wants. Now Tony's forced to defend. I don't want to take the mate because then I'll be yeah, I do not want to take the mate. Plan is to go here and then bring the other rook out, which will be taken by the red rook, so never mind. I refuse to take that pawn actually, because again, we're still four-way, and didn't hang my queen right. My plan is to go bishop here, and Tony can do a discovered pawn attack on the queen. Okay, or he could just lose that pawn. This one would be interesting. Goes for me? Okay then. I'm going to cover this up with, oh, he could do this. Okay, Tony. Do what you want. Check. Here. He has to hold on to his one and only piece, though. And it looks like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to let GDI take that queen. He may not. Yeah, that's what I thought. And he just hung his own queen, so. Ugh, we've all been hanging stuff on each other. This is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all normal. It's a game of opposites. And what's he gonna do? Hide? Okay, I just told Tony I'm going to trade rooks with him, and I don't want to do that. But then there's going to be like 5 other people attacking me here. I'm just going to do this and hope that he doesn't take my rook. I could go for my opposite though, if I want to. He takes my rook. They're going after Tony then. Alright. Well, I'm going to go after GDI. Don't know where else to put my rook. Okay. I'll hide this guy. Cannot put him on the back rank. But now that I just moved my rook here, it's dangerous. Yep. Now I think I have to put my king in the back. And then move this queen somewhere. I could trade off my only queen. So where do you put your king? Your Tony. Because now I guess I have to put my rook back on the back rank. Could also attack the queen. I've got a line here. It's pretty cool. But GDI sacks. It's not all that relevant right now for him to have. Oh my gosh. He's gave away mate to blue. Blue will take it, I know it. Okay then. I will take your rook. That's like 3 checks. That's double check. Just resign. No, you want to resign? Yes. Oh, queen here. Queen takes, mate. Queen check, then pawn takes pawn. So, your choice. Not last. My king is wide open. Blue probably should have taken the mate. Oh. All right then. I am not safe from the craziest breakneck checks in the world, but I'm gonna try to hang in there. Blue and green are approximately even in materials, so anything can happen still. Rook here. Well, if you go rook there, then you just lose your rook. That was probably a dumb move. Oh, GDI had to move. He had to sidestep a checkmate, which could have occurred right here. Okay. Queen takes pawn, but not really helpful. Take it. If the pawn gets pushed, then I check, so he has to do that with the rook. Rook check. Good. Back to that square that I originally had it. I need to get the rook on the correct side of my king. Oh, and they block each other. Okay. I'm going to put it right here and then right here. So then I can slide my king over. Good. He's probably going to take those 9 points now. Oh, check. I'm going to let him try to trade off pawns. Promoting would be an obvious mistake. There we go. All right, now let's see if GDI falls for covering this square right here. If he moves his queen here, then I get the checkmate if he doesn't notice. Which he did. Oh, he also hung a queen. But to me, I think this is more important. I get the queen. And I'm the one who's going to take the win. Not feeling sorry for GDI now. I know how that promotion square covered. The rook could just go over. And now I just retreat it. So let's recall what's happening in this game. We have two 1700 rated players. My table. I was hoping you flag low-key. Oh, okay, this is actually a threat, so I need to back away. And back up even further. Of course, if they want to, rook here and rook check, but it wouldn't be wise. I could probably push a pawn here, which is also defended by my queen once the rook moves. And then I can just push this guy here. Now the rook could slide over to support that. Oh. What's the threat? I am the giant here. He's guarding my promotion. Pretty obvious. Pretty obvious where my pawn is going. Seems like a pretty safe square for my queen. Also, if there's a 50 move roll, I win. That was a tough decision. I didn't want to promote immediately. Oh my gosh. What a game. 50 move rule. Was it 50 move rule or what was it? What was it? Threefold repetition. I win. That move was excellent. Wow. Oh, this is unbelievable. Okay, we'll take it. Thanks for watching.